Some of the smartest scientists think that AI could revolutionize the world in as little as 25 years. They call this event the singularity, the same name as the center of a black hole, because like the center of a black hole, we have no idea what's on the other side. What we do know is that it will not be under human control. Now, some of you might think that we already have AI. They look like this. They live on our phones, on our countertops, in our AirPods. They help us out with things, but the reality is that these devices can't do much more than our phones can, and they're not real AI. Although there is a test for determining what is a real AI. It was invented by a genius mathematician, Alan Turing. He supposed that a human would have a conversation with either another human or a computer. And if they were to have that conversation with the computer, and the computer could successfully trick them into thinking that it was also a human, then the computer could be classified as equal to or greater than human intelligence. But there's a problem with this test, and that's that computers trick people all the time, and that doesn't make them AI. It's not like they're making the decisions for themselves, and it's not like they could even decide whether or not they wanted to do something if they were programmed to. Although there are some technologies being developed that show promise of becoming more complex AI in the future. The main two that I'd like to talk about today are neural networks and pattern recognition algorithms. Now, neural networks are cool because they try to get the computer to emulate how a human brain works by connecting neurons with each other to create more complex solutions than a computer would normally come up with. This is an example of a simple neural network. Now, in a real neural network, there would be much more data to input. So there would be many more nodes on the input layer, but just for this simple example, there's two, and the hidden layer has, this is where all the math takes place, by the way, in the hidden layer, which would have hundreds of neurons and thousands of computations. And by allowing the computer to connect them in different ways, it would generate more creative solutions. This is especially apparent in driverless cars, which use this technology to generate solutions for obstacles they might encounter on the road. Now, the next technology for creating more complex AI is pattern recognition algorithms. Now, this allows the computer to generate different solutions to problems by giving it a large data set and then asking it to create a piece of information that could fit into that data set through trial and error. This is an example of an image that was completely created by an AI. Now, to do this, some scientists gave it hundreds of landscape paintings, and it looked at all of them, and this is what it got from all of them. Now, it's pretty bad. Like, the trees kind of clip into the sky, the water's all over the place, the bushes don't really make any sense, but it's a great stride forward in something that a computer can do, because 20 years ago, a computer wouldn't even be close to doing this by itself. Although this technology does have some dark sides. And the next technology that I'd like to talk about as a development of AI is deepfakes. These, for those who don't know, are when an image is fabricated, usually of a celebrity, with malintent towards that celebrity. This process has been made exponentially easier by the development of AI because celebrities have a lot of photos of them on the internet, which are easily available to just anyone. And that allows, basically, having a lot of information about a person can lead to a much more complex AI that can have thorough and basically, the AI can be much more thorough in its computation of what the face looks like. This video of Obama is completely fake. It's completely generated by an AI. And now, if I didn't tell you that, you probably would have thought it was real, right? But it's not. So the computer essentially tricks you into thinking that this was a real person. And now, I don't have the audio turned on because Obama's saying some things that, well, Obama would never say. But that's just the power in AI. And that's kind of scary to me, that the most powerful version of this technology that we have today is being used for malintent. And it makes you think about the people developing this technology and what their intentions are. Now, the people who are going to get their hands on this technology first are these guys. They're the ones developing AI, and they have absolute control over this technology. They also have absolute control over everybody's personal information, which makes them extremely powerful. And it will make them even more powerful if they gain the technology of AI. And as we all know, these companies only care about one thing: profit. And profit cannot be the driving force behind the development of AI. The most powerful technologies require it to be something else. They require as little as one person to come along and see the potential that they have for humanity. And those people, you already know their names. Nikola Tesla, Alexander Graham Bell, Henry Ford are just a few examples of people who saw a technology that was niche and turned it into something that could not be ignored. Every single person in this room has been affected by these guys in one way or another, because they have changed what life was like for every single person on this planet. Of the technologies that I've shown generated by AI, most of them only have niche uses within the technology world, although many technologies today have niche uses in their own right. And if they were to be researched and developed, they could be turned into something that none of us have ever thought possible. And while I think AI has the most potential out of any of these technologies, if you were to just pick any one of them, they could turn into something great. Like when Charles Babbage invented the first computer nearly a century ago, do you think that he thought that by today, every single man, woman, and child would carry around a version of his machine in their pockets? I don't think so. So when humanity finally unlocks the secrets of AI, who knows what could happen next? Thank you.